Welcome to my channel. If you're new, strap in because you have no idea what you're getting into. My subscribers will tell you that. And if you've been here before, then buckle up because you're going to enjoy this. Now, for those who are new, this channel is all about efficiency, and I'm trying to figure out what is the best build we can possibly come up with. And even if you're not going to use it, that's fine. As long as you're entertained and hopefully learn something new that's going to help you enjoy the game even more, that's what matters most, competitive or not. If you don't like competitive channels, then this just isn't for you. My video description will tell you that. Anyway, if you want to see the non-commentary version of this run, you can find it in the pinned comment below. Also, if you missed my loadout earlier, or if you're wondering what criteria do I use to judge and test the best builds possible, you can check the video description below as well. But in short, we're trying to figure out which build can handle the most pressure theoretically possible. That's the best build I'm looking for, so let's get to it. Okay, so one of the things I'm trying to test compared to every other run I've done is I'm not going to touch the main objectives. What I'm going to do is clear the entire map before trying the main objectives, because the main objectives, they increase the patrol spawn rate by a lot, and it can go from anywhere on this type of mission from about 60 seconds per patrol to about new patrols every 30 seconds. So we're going to see how that works, right? Yeah, sometimes you just can't get the angle right on that grenade launcher, and I've been doing it a lot, so I decided to settle in on the Impaler because there's like 4 or 5 of these guys, and they're really annoying. So ideally you want to take them out as soon as possible. And whenever you're trying to do the Mega Nest, you want to just... actually, I think I've just lost my words. But generally speaking, you want to poke, right? You don't want to run straight inside when there's all those bugs everywhere. And also, I was like, shit, that charge is about to get me. But that's why I use cover, right? When you use cover correctly, never thought I'd be saying that for like a melee focus unit, but when you use cover correctly, you can block any charges. You don't need any grenades, although they do help, right? Whether it be gas or stun. Although I prefer stun. Also, one curious thing, if you watch the map or rewind a few seconds, you'll notice they're all bunched up. It's almost like I've caused a traffic jam, and they're having trouble like reversing, right? If you've ever driven a car, reversing is a hell of a lot harder than just driving forward, right? Bugs follow the exact same thing as well, because everyone's backed up into each other, so it's a bit difficult for them to reverse out, right? And every time I also get hit by these bile spewer mortars, I keep having to remind myself, like, arrowhead, that was really annoying, because acid is not explosive, it's corrosive, okay? And theoretically, Bile Titan Spit or Bile Spewer Spit would never damage a energy shield. It's just impossible, right? If you want to know why, just ChatGPT it, right? ChatGPT will tell you exactly why. But anyway, yeah, here in Impaler, I need to get moving because they'll just auto-locate you. But yeah, I'm just poking and poking the Mega Nest, right? I'm not really hard committing unless there's a real need to. But yeah, I don't normally rush in like that because normally they'll spawn enemies, and for the most part I prefer to take out the enemies before going in with the to destroy the bug holes. And also, when I was reviewing the footage earlier, I think I just set a new personal record for Mega Nest Stimless for Predator run, which is, I think it's what, 2 minutes 17 seconds, which is insanely fast. But it's also due to this being not the easiest Mega Nest, one of the easiest. Simply because of how the holes are placed as opposed to where, yeah, simply, yeah, to how and where the holes are placed, because it's very easy to just poke in and shoot everything without having to go straight in. But yeah, for those who haven't seen this before, if you're wondering why Hole over the others primaries, it's because it can stun for like 5 seconds, right? Blitzer and Cookout can only stun for like 1 second, and yeah, it can stun lock enemies, but it will stun lock you into place, and the bugs never just hit you from one direction, they hit from multiple, so that's how they flank you and spank you, and a Halt take care of that, right? It kills the Predator's biggest strength, which is speed. Remove the speed, they're just like any other. They're like the Gloom, they're like normal bugs as well. But yeah, I'm not touching the main objective yet. I'm just setting it, because the idea is you generally only need 2 gas mines to cover like the entire field right in front of you, because all the bugs spawn from one direction for this flag, and it's a very clear open view, so you want to have the gas mines like parallel to that. But you don't want to do that for every single flag objective. I'm going to demonstrate in a minute, because what's known as, well, at least what I call and some other members call a specific flag objective, is we call it the anthill, right? It's the one that doesn't have any buildings, but it's on a very claustrophobic area, really tightly packed area that is a lot more difficult than all the others. And that's the one that I was having trouble with earlier. And I wanted to use this run to prove and at least be able to validate if my theory works on being able to handle that bug specific flag. But yeah, I'm just trying to empty all the guards, because generally speaking, like the way you want to handle an objective, any objective, doesn't matter the faction, is you want to kill all the guards, the enemies guarding the objective before going in. It just makes your time so much easier. But yeah, I decided to whip out the mech just to handle this, because I was thinking, what's the best way to allocate my mechs? So I thought of, I'm going to leave 2 mechs to handle, helping me to clear all the secondaries or the nests and mega nests. I'm going to use 2 mechs to help me handle that. Or you could even just do 1. For this kind of map, you only really need 1. But 1 or 2 mechs, right, to handle that. And once I've cleared the map, I'm going to dedicate the final mech to the hardest primary objective, or maybe the second, or maybe the last main objective, simply because that's when it's going to have the most patrols, so you might need a little bit more survivability and firepower. But yeah, I'm just kind of brute forcing all the main objectives, because it feels so weird not having to think about, oh, let's go and do the main objective first, right? Because wouldn't it make more sense to kind of just complete the main objective earlier so you don't have to run back to it? And I was like, I mean, that works, but it's also like for the anthill flag objective, one of the biggest problems I've found, especially for that one, and why it's so much more difficult compared to all the other flags, is actually, I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll talk about why I've decided to tackle this kind of objective first. So what I'm trying to do is, like, you know, I've got the bubble shields, and ideally I want to have that bubble shield at all times. So I want to deliver the baby lava, I think that's how you pronounce it, lava, to the evac zone. I want to deliver that there as soon as possible so I can go ahead and complete the rest of the map and pick up the baby larvae at the last moment, just before I'm evac. That way I don't have to lug it around the map with me. But yeah, again, this anthill, right, flag area is the hardest because the spawn points, or the bug breaches, when you start the flag, is a lot closer, and the bugs have so much cover and line of sight blocking rocks and terrain that make this by far the hardest flag to defend. And all, like, compared to all the others, the bug breaches, they all spawn in really nice open area. You can just stay in one spot and just swing your grenade launcher around and just target them all with a clear line of sight. That anthill does not let you, and you can't cover all the spots without overexposing yourself, especially when you've got the gas mines as well, because it's just way too close to you. So I'm gonna explain exactly how I came up with the solution for that in a moment. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm just going to focus more on trying to explain what I'm doing in the moment. And yeah, if you haven't heard it before, normally I try to focus on all the little bugs, shoot them down first. I don't really focus too much on the big guys, because I can just ragdoll or temporarily stun chargers with just one shot. And the small guys are always the biggest problem. Like the chargers, you can just run away from or hide behind cover, and you can handle them later. But yeah, I realized that because of that bug breach, it's just not worth it. I better go ahead and just clear the rest of the map and come back later, because I've killed all the guards around the mutant lava, and hopefully they will just be like, oh, there's no enemy, let me disappear. Right? It's basically a despawning tactic, but it's not exactly cheesy in this case, because hopefully they'll just drift off. And if they don't, I'll have to find some way to figure out how to handle it. And there are plenty of bugs elsewhere to kill, but the most important thing is you killed the original enemies guarding the objective, and you come back later to get it when it's all quiet. That's the general idea behind handling any objective. But yeah, as I mentioned before, you want to place the gas mines not on the bug breach, you want to place it in front. Because sometimes if you place it on the bug breach, it's just like additional bug breaches might open outside of the minefield. So if you place it in front of it, you can have more of a higher chance of all the bugs just running into the minefield. And also, I've placed a really nice gas minefield here, because everyone's spawning and being funneled into a bottleneck. And the moment they get out of that bottleneck, they've got a giant gas minefield, and I just bombard them with my grenade launcher, right? Like, this is one of the best placements you could possibly get for your minefield. And also, it's like the corpses are kind of slowing down the bugs, which makes my grenade launcher so much easier. I look at the radar, I'm like, crap, there's still so many bugs. Do I take the risk or not? Right? Because these guys are not normal bugs. They'll catch up to me a lot faster. I decide, no, it's not worth the risk. Let's try again later. Yeah, spot another patrol coming up. And I'm wondering, is it another... Yeah. Nice that it's a gas bile whatever thing. And I was like questioning myself, is that... Like, when was the last bug breach, right? It feels too soon, but at least it's in the same spot. Where I've just got perfect cover. But yeah, if you're looking at the time and wondering how long it's going to take to do the whole map, is I've thought that if I've already prepped every single main objective with one minefield already, and it only need 2, right? Well, I literally just need to run up to the flag objective, and I just place one more minefield and just go ahead. So, and it only takes about, what, 100 seconds or 1 minute 40 seconds to do the flag. So, let's give 3 minutes to each flag, right? As long as I have 10 minutes left to do all the objectives, the main objective, I'm fine, right? That's my kind of thought, because I've already prepped one. I will already prep one minefield for each. So I have, what, 17 minutes to do 1, 2, 3, 3 more secondaries and 2 more normal nests, right? Which is actually pretty, like 17 minutes just for that is a long ass time for 2 nests and 3 secondaries. Yeah, I decided to go for it because there's only heavies around me. I place a gas minefield to block any of the other bugs from reaching me. So yeah, that was a really good placement. I was also wondering, like, hey, is there going to be another bug breach? Because I don't want to trigger another one. If there is another one, I probably don't want to do it. And I'm like, shit, that is not the ideal patrol I want. I'm wondering, can I run around it? But no. They might catch me in a really unfavorable position. So during moments like this, I just mag dump it, right? Empty the entire thing, because they're all going to chase me. And I give my minefield a clear berth, right? Give them absolutely no chance to trigger. I also only noticed in the when I was reviewing the footage is that the lava, baby lava, mutant lava, is almost dead, right? It's got a health pool. So yeah, don't just fire away, right? Because that thing can die and you can fail it. So but yeah, I didn't notice that. So I got kind of lucky there. But I also noticed, I'm not sure if it's just me or if it's kind of random, is if you use an orbital napalm barrage, What it can do is the normal napalm barrage can actually push the baby lava thing. It can actually push the secondary objective underground so you can no longer reach it without using a 500 kg or ultimatum to dig it out. But you risk destroying the larvae if you do that. I think that's what the orbital napalm barrage does anyway. It kind of digs the larvae deeper into the ground so you can't pick it up, or it doesn't even register, because sometimes the samples, they are like I don't know, a couple of meters below the ground, and you can just grab them by lying down without having to use a shovel. So maybe it's just a glitch, the orbital napalm barrage. If you put it on top of a larvae, maybe it just disappears, right? And you can't register at all. But yeah, so when I'm trying to do the Seafa artillery, which I noticed earlier from the black donut on the map, I normally try to put a gas mine because, again, I don't want to fight. I don't want to accidentally cause a bug breach on this thing while I'm trying to complete this objective. Because you can't carry the shell and fight at the same time. It's just not ideal. I also noticed a second patrol, and I'm like, fuck. How many patrols are you going to spawn on me, guys? And we haven't even completed the main objective yet. We haven't even completed much of the map anyway. But yeah, I realized, shit, they get too close. I mean, I could stay, but my gas mines are too... Like, I've still got 50 seconds. If they cause a bug breach, I would rather not fight without my gas mine. And there's still other objectives to do on the map, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Because that's the safer route. And as much as pressure I like to put my builds under, there's a difference between challenging yourself and just being dumb about it. Right? So I choose the smarter option. Complete the objectives, and then fight on the objectives you want to fight on, because the last thing you want to do is just fight pointless battles. That is just going to unnecessarily delay you. Because you'll have plenty of fights later, as the patrol rate increases like crazy as you complete the main objectives. And again, I'm going to place the gas minefield in front of that bug hole or nest, just in case he decides to come over. Also, I've also got a clever trick to clear out that bug nest you just saw with no issues. I actually learned that from watching someone else do it, who's also done stimless. But they were mostly stealthing. Yeah, so I'm not shooting there because I've checked the map and I just want to confirm, is there any sneaky bugs lying around? Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to shoot my shots and then have some random scavenger or hunter call a bug breach on this radar when I have no gas mines to cover myself. I've just caused a giant, like, shit ton of bugs over there. And I just want to activate this first, right? And then they can call a bug breach like they have now. But yeah, I'm like, fuck, should I fight? No. I just want to clear a couple of enemies off my back. And also, I feel like it's been a bit too quiet compared to my other Predator games. I'm like, also, shit, I did not check the map. I made a huge mistake here. But this is why you should check the map, because they really love to flank you like crazy. And I realize I'm in big trouble, so I just need to delay, run, read the map, and reposition before fighting. With a cookout, you can't do this. You're too reactionary. So you need to buy yourself as much time to recover physically and mentally. Yeah, you can't do this with any other weapon. You just be dead outright, or just have to use a bajillion stims to get out there. Yeah, again, I'm just choosing to hit and run. I don't really stay and fight so much, and I'm wondering, should I go back to the radar, or should I go back to the Seafa artillery? And I decided I'm going to go back to the radar. Just because, right? It's just the shorter path. And I've got everyone chasing me, so I decided, why not? Right, that should give me enough time. Yeah, and I'm also low on ammo. I don't know why that thing bounced. It's just unlucky, right? And again, I'm not checking the map. I should be checking it more often. That's how often you really should be checking it, so you don't get caught off guard. Yeah, I'd say check every, I don't know, 20 seconds. Thank God that is already done. But even if it wasn't, I clearly have more than enough time because I've checked the map so often. I know I'm safe. Also, I'm not sure if you know, but if you have the Predator Hunter flying at you and it's showing its belly, the stun round from the hull, if you shoot the belly, will actually one-shot it. Okay, I've been able to test this consistently, and it will do that, which is nice. Yeah, I'm gonna use the ultimatum trick to kill the Bile Titan bug hole from behind, because it can do that. Then I'm gonna climb up this little hill here, right? And I have a perfect spot for my grenade launcher, right? Like, this is a pretty cool trick. I've been wanting to use this and show it off in a video. Sometimes you can't climb with that part, you can climb over here. And even if you've got a Bile Titan behind you, it's like you can dodge its spit pretty easily, but yeah, that makes your life so much easier. I'm also doing well on time, right? I've got 9 minutes to complete the sieve artillery, where we only need to load one more shell. And then, I don't know, what is it? The last steps? I forgot it. Right, put that thing to 100%. And I've literally finished the entire map. So let's say there's another 60 seconds. Also, I'm going to set up this this flag objective with one gas mine. So now, every single flag objective has one gas minefield. And all I need to do is run up with a fresh one and just start the objective. That's it. I primed them all. I have ridiculous amount of time. Right? I was like, holy moly. It's actually working. And even though I've been fighting less, or killing as many bugs as I feel, compared to my other Predator runs around this time, so to say, I still have half the game. That's a lot of time to kill stuff. Again, you see the map. We have a patrol heading up to away from the sieve artillery, which is good. I think they're heading towards the main objective because they're going to prioritize heading to main objectives over. I also thought there was a box there, but apparently it disappeared. But I don't know if the patrols prioritize going after a primary objective or a secondary objective. Wait, actually, is that thing turning back? I think the patrols are turning right back towards me. Yes, they are. Okay. Yeah, no, they basically, the patrols prioritize not the objectives, but whichever one you're close by. I really hope they don't call another bug breach, because I don't know if they are, but I decide no nonsense. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned properly before, but the reason why I didn't shoot the all the bugs straight away at the radar station, well, at least I finished it. The reason I didn't shoot all the bugs at the LiDAR station earlier is because I wanted to check and see, can I kill all the bug breach calling bugs first before they can call anything, because you really don't want them to surprise bug breach you. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. Again, yeah, I could stay, to be honest, and just fight longer, but what I want to do is, I don't want to mess around. I just want to complete the main objectives as much as possible and give myself enough time just in case any fuck-ups happen, right? Because ideally, let's just say I finish all the objectives and I have in 10 minutes. Okay, in 10 minutes is pretty generous when you only need to put down one minefield, which is not going to cost you any time, because it should be up, and a mech, if I need to. How many mechs do I have? I have 2 mechs as well, right, which is insane. It's a given. I also don't know why there's still bugs guarding it. Maybe I didn't clear out all the guard bugs, right? But when I'm doing this objective, I'm also glad that they're not going to call in bug breaches, because they just called one in. They've probably got at least another minute's worth of cooldown before they can call in. So I need to stop this ASAP. I also realized there's some bugs guarding the guard bugs around the what's it called? The spore towers. So I don't want to alert them. There's too many enemies here already. Yeah, but here's my plan, because they're going to spawn on the other side of this anthill. The bug breaches for this flank. So here's how I tackle it. I also realize I hope that mech doesn't land on the hill, because if it does, I'm fucked. Sometimes it will do that. I also hope it doesn't land on me, because the smallest touch from the mech will kill me. which is annoying. But instead of having the gas minefield being placed parallel to the breach, okay, in a long straight line, so it covers areas from left to right, I'm going to have my gas minefields cover an entire flank. So instead of covering left to right, the gas minefields are just going to cover one entire flank. They're going to cover my left flank, and I've decided the left flank because that has the most rocky cover that prevents with the poorest vision for you. And I'm going to cover the right flank for as long as possible on foot with my grenade launcher because I can see 3 bug breach spawn points from here, and I could just spam my grenade launcher as however I please. And if I need to stun them or disorientate them, then I've got the Hulk, and I've got like 4 stun grenades, right? And the reason I also use stun grenades over gas grenades is because most of the time a Hulk can actually stun groups of enemies, and the stun grenades are like, yeah, I'm also really pissed off there. I was like, a single, or maybe like a single Bile Titan, Bile Spew mortar blew off the arm. Come on, man. So I was really pissed off. But yeah, I don't have to worry about my left flank because I've got the gas mines covering it. And I'm also wondering, does the difficulty or the intensity of the spawn for these bug breaches depend on how many main objectives you completed so far for this? Because it really is a kind of a lottery ticket of how many charges do they spawn, do they spawn bile charges or bile titans and so on, but I'm prepared, right? I've got 2 automation shots and I've got this as well. Also forgot, what was the point I was trying to make earlier? But yeah, also another reason why I chose the right flank of this flag is because not only do I have line of sight to 3 spawn points, but it's also, I have the most clear line of sight to as many things as possible. Right, so this is ideally the best place. If I try to do this on the left flank, I've got too many rocks in the way. It's also funny that the grenade launcher requires less shots to kill the impalers. I actually don't know what to call it. The tentacles, right? It's strange and funny, and also not funny, but weird, that the mech's autocannon, which is a greater penetrative power, and I think more power than a support autocannon, it's surprising that it needs more shots to kill the impaler tentacle, or like the main tentacle face, than a grenade launcher, because grenade launcher only needs 6 shots, maybe 7, but this thing needs like, I don't know what, 10 shots? It's weird. I thought it was higher AP, which it does, and more damage, I think? Or maybe it's because of the splash, but I don't know. But anyway, that's how you handle the anthill objective. Instead of having them parallel to the bog holes and try to tackle both left and right side, you just have them cover one entire flank, ideally the left, while you handle the more open right flank with your grenade launcher. And you don't really need the mech to do it. I just had the mech there as insurance, because it's by far the hardest bog hole. Right? But yeah, if you're wondering, like, again, what I mean by parallel to the bog holes with the minefields, you can see here, I'm not using both minefields to cover one flank. I'm having them parallel across to me, and the bug breaches. Because I can see, right, everything. The only reason I put them on one flank for the anthill flag is because I can't see both sides clearly, so. Yeah, my main concern now is just using the map and watching while I'm defending this flag where are the patrols coming from. Because the gas minefield can handle all these bugs being spawned. I want to prevent any patrols from coming around the back and spawning a separate bug breach, because the bugs, they can spawn the flag dedicated bug breaches and spawn the reinforcement bug breach at the same time as well, because they're independent of each other. So I'd rather it didn't, to be honest, because it feels a bit crazy, like, but hey. I'm just happy I found a way to handle the anthill consistently. But yeah, if I again didn't mention before, yeah, I can't see shit. This is why the grenade launcher is so good. I just shoot in a general direction. I don't need to aim, right? I don't need to aim at all. Actually, I rarely don't have to aim with a grenade launcher. One thing I found from just playing so many hours is, in terms of efficiency, right, of trying to figure out which builds can handle the most pressure, aiming isn't really a high priority on when using weapons, because most of your stratagems, they don't need to aim. A lot of the support weapons that kill enemies quickest, you don't really need to aim so much. It's just volume of fire and splash damage more so than anything else. Hopefully I one-shot that Bile Titan. Nope. Okay, well, another one. I actually thought I overshot that, so I don't know where it landed. But yeah, I'm just reloading before moving on. Yeah, now, yeah, make sure to check the map. Even when you think you're safe, check it anyway. Now my heart is starting to pound. I'm like, shit, I can actually pull it off. And I've still got a ridiculous amount of time. It'll only take me about, what, 40 seconds to get there. And then another 1 minute 40 to complete it. But let's just say 3 minutes, right? If I finish in 3 minutes, I've still got 6 minutes plus 2 more minutes from the core, the reinforcement thing. And I have 1 more mech if I really need it. And that's an insane amount of time, right? I've literally got 11 minutes from now to complete the final objective, which is a lot more than before, right? I think the previous Spread Democracy mission, I had maybe 10 minutes, but I had to do 2 secondaries, which was both of them really long, right? Leader and escape pod data and a small nest. But yeah, my thinking also of just completing the main objective one after another so fast is you spend the least amount of time with the highest patrol modifier as possible. Yeah, I think I checked earlier as well. I kept checking evac. I think it might be later, or maybe I've already done it. I kept checking evac. Is there enemies there already, and do I need to clear them out later? And it kept telling me there's no enemies there, so I decided to trust it. Yeah, I spotted a patrol there. I just want to clear it as soon as possible. Ideally, no bug breaches, please. Don't give me any bug breaches. I just want to start the objective ASAP. That was way too many gas mines. I can't see. I can't really go ahead. So I just hope it confuses them long enough. Actually, can I call in the mech now? Actually, I don't know if I can. Come on, please check. No, I can't. I still got another minute and so on. Yeah, so the next move then is not to stay around because all the patrols will converge on here. So I just want to move like a reasonable distance away so I don't get patrols keep walking over and activating all the gas minefields before I can use them. Yeah, I'm checking now, and it doesn't seem that there seems to be any enemies there because I've got the radar ping. But that is actual lie. Towards the end of the game, they're pretty much all there. So it lied, which really pissed me off. Yeah, I'm hoping to block off any patrols coming from here, and I think because I'm southwest, they'll probably spawn west. Hopefully they're going to come towards me. But no, they head towards the main objective, which kind of sucks. Because they're going to activate more gas minefields, but hey.
Dropping a pin. Tagging map. Dropping a pin.
Okay, so I'm gonna... Yeah, both my mech and my gas mines are ready, so... I'm pretty sure I have enough ammunition to handle a bug breach and the main objective. So that's the plan, that's what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna soften them up with the grenade launcher as well, because I can easily refill it over there. Oh shit. Yeah, that almost gave me a heart attack, because if that mech gets close enough, even if it doesn't touch you, as long as it touches the field in a certain way, it will one-shot you, which is confusing as hell. They called a bug breach. I don't know have any idea how they called that bug breach, because they're calling that in the middle of a gas minefield. But it happened, so we have to deal with it. Again, I want to conserve as many of my shots as possible for the main event. So I'm going to use my grenade launcher, and I've also got the gas minefield covering me from behind, giving me plenty of enough time to handle that patrol. I should also be bringing up my map just to see where the enemies are, because I might be getting flanked without knowing, so... But I feel pretty confident I should still be checking anyway. But everything seems quiet. So I'm going to go around. I don't want my mech to activate the minefield. And also, the gas can actually destroy sentries, right? If they're close enough. I don't know how long you need to stay there with a mech for it to kill it, but I don't want to find out. I want my mech in as tip-top shape as possible. And I still got plenty of time. 5 minutes to complete this, and I only need 1 minute 40. Yeah, so I decide I've got enough time. I'm just going to wait for the gas minefield, because I've just killed 2 patrols in the past minute. Yeah, make sure to deploy your stuff away from the mech. Don't give the game any excuses to RNG destroy your mech, because it will do so. Right, the last thing I need is to lose another 100 shots like before due to some bullshit. Yeah, we got another patrol. I don't think they have enough time, or the cooldown for the reinforcement is out yet. But yeah, again, mag dump like crazy. I also realized, shit, I need to move that mech because I caught it the wrong way. And the game will destroy it, but when they're putting down the flag, so... Yeah, I believe they can only call 1, or only 1 bug can call a breach now, or maybe it's 2. Thank God they don't call a breach. I'm good. Sometimes I won't shoot the hunters nipping at my ankles, because the mech will just walk all over them. But yeah, it's really important to check the map, because when there's gas everywhere, you can't see shit, and you don't want to waste ammo. Just in case, because anything can happen. Oh, yes. This part really annoyed me. So I kill it, and, well... Yeah. That pissed me off like crazy. I mean, I still have plenty of time, but... I thought Arrow had patched this out, because the Impaler has been out for almost a year now, and they still haven't patched this out, and it was recognizable from day 1. So, yeah, like, we have 2 bugs they haven't fixed. 1, Impaler tentacles still attacking you after death. 2, the whole flying you away. So, I calculate that I lost about 33 seconds here, which is not ideal. But I'm gonna have another gas minefield to make up for it. So I'm also being really careful not to be hurt by my own gas minefield. I'm just overlapping there because why the hell not, right? I can just overload that and have my mech focus on the left side. Is that a... Yeah, again I can't see shit. I should probably bring up the map so I can see where that spore charger is. I do, but... Yeah, I need that thing dead as possible. And also another thing I mentioned in my previous videos is the gas minefield is good because it destroys the enemy and piles up the corpses outside of the flag. If you have too many enemies fighting on the flag, the corpses will pile up around the flag and push you out, which is not ideal. That's why you want the dead bodies outside of the flag. So you have a lot of room to move around and to clearly see where the enemies are. But yeah, that's a lot of bugs. Gas meals? Gas meals? Gas minefields are putting in their work. I'm surprised by how long it's taking. I only have that much time.
You have
Yeah, but this is a time where I should have been heading straight towards evac. I don't. I decided to fuck around. Only because I thought evac was clear. And also, what was another reason? Is I don't want to head towards evac right now because I don't want predator swarms or patrols to spawn near evac. So I'm clearly on the west side, so because I've destroyed all the nests and so on, the bugs are only going to spawn from the nearest map edge. Yeah, that got a bit close after reverse a little bit. Again, I wouldn't have wasted these shots if I knew there were still bugs on evac. Yeah, I reckon there's only about... It'll only take me about 60 seconds to go from here to there in light armor. Mech is a tiny bit slower. So... yeah. So maybe I'll give myself until... I don't know, maybe 1 minute or 1 minute 10 seconds left. Because once the Pelican arrives, it needs 10 seconds to land and 20 seconds for evac. Like extra evac time for you, so... I want to give the patrols the least amount of chance to pop up from the edge of the evac. Again, I'm getting out to conserve autocannon shots. Yeah, now I think, yeah, now's a good time to start heading. And yeah, my mech doesn't have many shots, but the only reason I'm staying in the mech is simply because in case some random patrol catches me off guard, because one of the bugs that Arrowhead haven't fixed yet is hunters. You can have packs of hunters that stay invisible while they run at you and while they attack you. So I want to avoid any of that BS, right? So I just walk in the mech, and I hope that I can get there quick enough. But yeah, I checked the map again. Is there any bugs on evac? No, there isn't. That's what my map is telling me. And then it shows me, and then I'm like, what the fuck? I am really pissed off here. That's a lot of bugs. And what I should have done is I should have aggroed a bug breach earlier, because now I know they can call a bug breach at any time. So I leave the mech because I don't want to brutalize through it. I only got 20 shots. That's not enough to kill them all. So I need to pick this up, and I'm also glad that's a bile spewer thingamajig. I could actually just kill them all. But yeah. Yeah, I think I got hit. I don't think I counted that hit, but yeah. Yeah, I was really pissed writing that down. But yeah, I only got 593 kills. I think if I hadn't lost that 100 shots from the second mech defending that anthill, right, and my radar had not lied to me, I probably could have gotten an extra, I don't know, an extra 60 kills and also forced a bug breach earlier. Yeah, I probably could have got an extra 60 to 100 more kills, but I was surprised by how much safer / smoother that run felt compared to the other. Sure, that one had Shrieker Nest, this one didn't, but maybe we should be completing the entire map before we start the main objective, right? But that was an interesting experiment. But I'm just happy I completed the anthill, right? I didn't think that was possible. I thought they spawned all from around you. I was wrong. They all spawned from one side still. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you liked that, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to join a chill community and so on, a competitive community, then check the pinned comment below. And I'll see you in the next video.